today, we will be using 2 or 3 pillows or a yoga bolster. So if you'd like to make sure you've got those with you. And we are going to be starting off with legs up for the wall. So if you have some spare wall, or if you're in bed, you can lean your legs up against the wall behind you or something. But just to let you know that that's that's going to be coming up. But let me just quickly introduce these classes. So so I'll just start off and say, because I'm not sure if everybody here has been to my classes before, that hi, I'm Sarah. I go by Long Haul Yogi on online everywhere and here. I call myself that for a few reasons. Probably the most obvious one is I had long COVID myself for 2 years or so. And uh, yeah, so I managed to, so I caught it in March 2020, and I had my own health journey. But I managed through the techniques of meditation, relaxing the body, um, pacing, things like that. I managed to gradually ease my way out of it. And then when I felt fully recovered, I started these yoga classes to try and help others to feel a little bit better. And so also I've been practicing yoga for 20 years, and I've actually been teaching for almost 10 years now. So that's also part of my long haulness. But the series that I've created that you're attending is going to be focused around well, loosely focused around the different systems of the body, because as we know, with long COVID and other related conditions such as ME/CFS, POTS, fibromyalgia, it's very much a multi-system, whole body conditions or syndromes. And so I thought this could be an interesting way in for people. And plus, I just generally just love a topic, and I think it's helpful to have a focus for each week as well. So today's class is calming your nerves, yoga for the nervous system. And it's going to be nice, relaxing. But I just wanted to say, obviously, everyone has different levels that they're at in their recovery journey. If there's any point you don't feel like it's good, like a good pose for you, feel free to ease out of it. You can always rest fully lying on your back at any time. That's completely open and available. All of my poses are optional suggestions. So what I most want you to learn in this course is listening to your own body, listening to the messages that your own body is giving you, and paying closer attention to that. And so as we listen to our body through this today, please act accordingly if it's saying, no, that's not right for me at the moment. Okay, so let's get started then. So we're going to start off with legs up the wall. Let's move my bolster out of the way for now. So basically, you need to shimmy up towards a spare wall. So you're sitting kind of a little closely up to it, as close as possible. And then you can gently recline back, and at the same time lifting your legs up onto the wall. And you're going to shimmy your way around until you're basically, you can bring your buttocks kind of closer so that basically your tailbone is close to the wall or side of the bed or whatever you're using. If anyone doesn't have a wall that they can put their legs up fully, so resting your heels against something, if you're bending your leg, if you're if you don't have support for your feet, then please bend your legs so that you're not engaging your core muscle strength to hold yourself up. It should be a resting position. Okay, and gently bring your arms out to the sides, palm face up. I invite you to arrive in this space today. Arrive in the now. If you want to, you can gently close your eyes or allow them to close. So we notice all the points of contact with the ground, the back of the head, the shoulder blades, back of the arms, back of the hands, all the way down the back to the hips. And then we're also grounded with our heels against the wall. So take comfort in that feeling of support. Legs at the wall pose is fantastic for calming down your nervous system. It's also fantastic if you have dysautonomia symptoms. So obviously it takes the strain off your circulation a little bit. It's also great for insomnia too. Noticing any sounds. See the sound of my voice and the sound of the gentle music. Can you notice sound in your own environment? Maybe it's the sound of your own breathing. What's the furthest away sound you can hear? Maybe outside. And taking time to notice if you have any tension and see if you can ease that. Let any muscles that are holding on relax and release. That's good. Now drawing attention in towards the breath, noticing the air as it enters the nostrils, noticing the sensation of temperature in the nostrils, the sensation of movement, watching the breath go down the throat and into the chest and into the abdomen area. And see if you can breathe, if you're not doing already, if you can breathe into the belly, letting the belly inflate like a balloon, gently though, no forcing. And slowly release, drawing the navel towards the spine as the air goes out. We're going to take some time to do some box breathing. Sorry. Where we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, and then hold for 4. So you can do this in your own time, but I'll just start us off. Inhaling for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 4, 2, 3, 4. And holding again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and see if you can continue this at your own pace. You can enjoy that pause where the body is completely still. Checking that you are neutral and relaxed. Forehead is relaxed. Jaw is loose and relaxed. Belly is soft. If at any time you lose count or lose focus, just start again, it's fine. Continuing to breathe into the belly with this box breathing. Noticing the belly gently rising, holding, and gently falling. So do one last round. And return back to your normal breathing pattern. Just notice if it helps you feel any calmer or any different at all. Noticing how your body is today. It's fine as it is. Try not to make judgments. Just noticing, mutually observing. You might want to send a message to your body to let it know that it is safe. Before we get started, do one other exercise to stimulate parasympathetic nervous response. I'm going to do some gentle humming sound with your mouth closed, just like that. So do 3 rounds of gentle humming in your own time. Noticing with curiosity this sensation in your throat as you do that. And if any changes come over you. Okay. And keep your eyes closed for now if you wish. And to bring the knees down into the chest for a gentle hug. You're wrapping your arms around your knees. Keep your head lying on the ground or bed. Just giving yourself some love in this wind release pose. If it's hard to maintain this, you can also utilize the wall by letting your feet rest against the wall in this position. Really enjoy giving yourself a hug. If you want to, you can gently rock from side to side as well. It's also nice for the nervous system. Give you a little bonus back massage. Okay, and come back to stillness. You're going to take the knees into your palms of your hands. Then we're going to gently guide the knees open and around into gentle circles. Let's bring a little warmth to our hip joints. As big or as small a motion as you wish. Anyone with extra bendy joints, please be careful not to do the maximum. 90% of your maximum is just right. And then change directions. Okay, and then I'm going to unbend the knees and then rebend. Let's bring in some movement and motion into your knee joints. And you can put your feet against the wall one more time, and we're going to draw gentle circles with the ankles. You're drawing 2 circles with your big toes. Gently feel how your range of motion feels today and change directions. That's good. We can also point and flex the toes a couple of times. Bring some gentle, careful movement into the body. Okay, and then we'll put our hands into our shoulders, and we're going to do the same thing but with our elbows. So draw circles with the elbows. Bring some gentle movement into the shoulder joints. Listening to your body, don't force yourself if anything feels uncomfy. Just go as slowly as you need. Just warming up the joints carefully. Change direction. Into stillness, and we'll take one arm across the chest and hold with your arm into a gentle shoulder stretch. That's good. And gently release and far side. Release your arms back down, and we'll just look to one side with your head gently. Bring a little warmth into the side of your neck. And come back to center and then turn to the other side. No forcing, just go with till you find the comfortable edge for you. Back to center. And one looking up, chin to chest. And release, and then looking behind you onto the ceiling, I suppose. Gently release. Just make any intuitive movements you want as well. Okay. Bend the knees back down and put your arms out into a T out to the sides, and let your knees gently fall to one side, coming to a gentle twist. If you have your pillows to hand, you might want to stick one between the knees or in any way that might be supportive to you. And then gently look over towards the opposite side, opposite hand. It's good. And again, notice if any muscles are holding on it. See if you can just release that. Nice, relaxing, passive spinal twist. Spinal twists are wonderful for many reasons, but obviously, since the nervous system runs through the spine, it's also helpful for our nervous system too. You can release any tightness between your spinal vertebrae. It also gives your internal organs a lovely massage. It's all around a very nice thing to do. Okay, and gently bring your knees back into the chest. And then slowly fall over to the other side. Oh, I just had a little pop. And again, just see if you can find some stillness at a point that's comfortable for you. Any adjustments you need. And then you can look over towards the opposite hand. Checking that your shoulders are neutral, relaxed, melting into the ground beneath. Checking that your forehead and temples are neutral, relaxed. Your hands are open, neutral, relaxed, receptive. Keep breathing, noticing the breath into the side of the body, this gentle twist. Try to stay in the here and now if your mind wanders. See if you can just gently notice, maybe smile when you notice, and then bring it back to the present. That's the music, that's the sensation. Okay, we'll bring the hand that's away from the knees, gently lifting it up and over so your palms meet. So we've gently untwisted ourselves. We'll take a moment here. And then we're going to ease away from the wall a little bit and come into a child's pose. So on your knees and head melts towards the mat or bed. And your arms can fall beside you, or if it's comfier, they can be overhead. Being very gentle and caring for our bodies. Really calming ourselves right down. And slow with ease, gently coming up very gently. And then we're going to bring our legs out in front of us into Dandasana staff pose. So making sure you make some space for your sit bones so that you're firmly grounded. Hands can be by your side for support. If you're very low in spoons, you can also rest your back against the wall instead. Engage the core a little bit. Nice straight spine. The toes looking up. Imagine a little piece of string coming out of the top of your head, gently lengthening ever so slightly. That's good. Okay, we're going to bring a bend into the knees. It can be a really big bend, bigger bend as you need. And also you might want to have your pillow available, up to you. But we're going to lift the arms up on in-breath and then gently pivot at the hips straight back and see if you can reach your feet so that your thighs and your belly are touching. And just relax into here. You might want to bring a pillow in to rest your head against. To you. Trying a gentle forward fold. And careful with our lower backs and everything. But if you do have some flexibility, you can gently ease your heels a little further away, just making sure that your back is nice and straight. Wherever you are today is perfectly right, just as it is. Taking a couple of deep cleansing breaths, breathing into thighs. So releasing. Checking that you're not tensing. Give your body some ease, regardless of what you're doing. Okay, and then gently coming back up with control. And we can bring our hands behind and bend the knees again, and we'll just windscreen wipe back and forth. And if you need to, you could give a little massage to your hammies, hamstrings, whatever you need. Okay, and we're going to straighten the left leg, and the bent right knee, we're going to bring that over the left leg. Okay, and I'm going to open out to the left arm and come around so that your elbow and right knee meet. And then gently see if you can twist, putting your right hand behind you. Don't force or tug and pull. Just come to where is your edge today. Looking gently over your shoulder or aiming in that general direction. A lovely, cleansing, nourishing twist. We won't hold this too long. And gently unwind and straighten the right leg. And then we bend the left. And bring it over, do the opposite. And then we move our right arm, we're going to bring it around, connecting at the elbow, or obviously if your flexibility is not the same, then we have aiming in that general direction. And then bring your hand behind you and gently twist. And again, it might not feel like it right now, but if you can release any tension in your right leg, or anything you can bring a little bit of ease to, it's always good to find a little softness. And gently unwind. Okay, and then put your legs out again. Arms can come by the hands can come by the sides. And we're just going to open the feet outwards. So we're kind of opening our hips carefully. And then bring each foot in so that the soles of the feet are touching. We're in a lovely butterfly pose. You can gently hold on to feet or wherever is comfortable. Try not to grab at the ankles too much, but wherever feels good. And you can gently flutter your butterfly wings up and down slightly. Also, feel free to hum again. Intuitively, I was thinking like humming. Going to get a little bit more hum in there. It's nice. And again, we're going to gently pivot at the hip and see if you can fall forward. You might want to walk your hands forwards gently until you find a little resistance. It might not be super far. We'll just linger there for a moment. Again, feel free to bring your pillows in front. Do anything you'd like. Be nice and comfortable. And gently release out of that. Great. So this sitting up portion is over, and you can gently recline onto your back. And if this feels like it's been enough for you, then feel free to rest here. That's fine. You can always return back to the recording and do more if that's enough for today. Or just let the body settle into the new position we find ourselves in. Going to do a little bit of a back bending, a little bit of a bridge, but very supported and careful. Okay. We'll start off with some pelvic tilts. So bring the knees in, feet flat on the floor. But first, just see if you can get into a neutral pelvis so that your spine is nice and long down the whole mat. And we're going to gently tilt, so drawing in the navel and tilting the tailbone up towards the knee, and then relaxing back down straight spine all the way to tailbone. It's a pelvic tilt is a very minimal looking movement, but I promise you it's wonderful for the inner abdominal muscles. It's very good for POTS, especially. let's do a few rounds of this. Don't need to go crazy. You're going to nice and slowly. Navel draws in, pelvis tilts, and then release. Tailbone goes towards the mat. Belly is soft. And again, drawing in the belly. Do one more. Okay, so that's the that's the main strengths for the session. And what we're going to do, so that was a little bit of a preparation for the bridge pose. So bring your palms facing down, nice and stable. And next in breath, we're just going to lift up hips off the ground and gently release. Do one more like this, just gently lifting up. And release the flow of the breath. Okay, so for the third one, we're going to put our pillows underneath the hips. Okay, so make sure you've got that keyed up, and then when you lift again, and just ease the pillows underneath the pelvis. So you can rest down on it, so the knees stay bent for now, and so it should feel comfortable and supported. Okay. The chin draws into chest slightly, gentle back bend. If it doesn't feel comfortable, I recommend maybe remove a pillow or make adjustments until it feels like a perfect place for you. And palms facing up. Just gently relax. We'll return to the breath while we relax in supported bridge pose. So imagine with every in-breath like you're drawing energy through your feet from the ground all the way up to your body, to your head. And on exhale, that flow like a wave flows down through the body, through the legs, and into the feet and out. So with every in-breath, you're bringing in charge energy from the ground over to your head, and out breath, cleanse, release anything you're holding on to, flows back out. Let's experiment doing this. Belly breathing. Gently nourishing your body with oxygen to wash over you like a wave. That's good. And then try extending the legs out so that you're resting on your heels. Knees are straight. If this feels too pinchy and uncomfortable, then feel free to just stay with knees bent. That's perfectly fine. Always have a nice stretch out. And if this feels good, then great. If you feel like you like the idea of lifting your arms up overhead, you can also do that and really open up and surrender. Lovely opening, releasing. Returning back to the visual of breathing and energy all the way up your body to the tops of your fingers, and releasing anything you need to let go of out of your feet. Never mind if this is a bit too woo for you. Focus on the breathing. Whatever we face in our day-to-day, I promise that focusing on the present, on the breath, on the now, it's very beneficial. Even if it's just watching the leaves blowing in the trees, listening out for bird song, traffic noise, whatever you might experience. Just be in your present. Whenever your mind wanders away from the present, whether thinking about a past event, thinking about a future event, see if you can smile and then gently bring it back to now. Taking a couple last breaths here, and we'll ease gently out of this pose. So firstly, bring your arms back down by your sides, and bending your knees, planting your feet firmly on the ground. And then on the next in breath, just lift up your hips and push the pillow out of the way. And then relax gently down to the ground. And we'll just bring the knees back into the chest one more time. Nice little counter pose, releasing anything. And if you feel like you're giving yourself a hug, feel free to lift your head towards your knees for a moment. Think, thank you, body. Thank you for letting me practice today. Thank you for everything you do to support me. That's good. Release your head back down. And let your feet go all the way out. Legs and arms released. And feel free to make any adjustments you need to get as cozy and as comfortable as you would like. I recommend blankets, eye pillows, whatever is good. Actually, we'll just do a mindfulness of the eyes practice as we settle into Savasana, to corpse pose. So just for a moment, keep your eyes open and just focus on one point directly in your vision. Obviously, it'll be the ceiling or a light fixture or something. Just gently focus your gaze on one point. Just hold it there. Just keep holding it there until your eyes feel like they just need to close by themselves. So whenever that moment comes, it might take a moment. Wait until your eyes feel like they need to gently close, and then release that gaze. Eyes gently closing. And bring your hands up, and you can rub your hands together gently. Feel some warmth. And then we'll palm the eyes. So just gently covering the whole eye space your palms of your hands, and you can push down gently on the bony places around the eyes, the cheekbones, the bone of the above the eyes and the sides. And actually, that pushing, a gentle pressure, which you also experience with the eye pillow, by the way, it gently releases the vagus nerve. Obviously, not the vagus nerve is right here, but the optic nerve connects the vagus nerve. And so by pressing and releasing here, it's very good, calming the nervous system. Just enjoy that gentle pressure. And while you're doing that, to see if you can bring some ease to the muscles of the eyes. I know this sounds maybe a bit abstract, but if you can see if you can just release the eyes, just let muscles of the eyes just ease. It's good. When you feel ready to, you can release the hands down by the sides. Eyes stay closed. So you can enjoy that releasing and relaxation, the whole eye and all around the eyes. Becoming aware of your whole body, all the points of connection with the ground. See if you notice how heavy your body is becoming. Backs of your hands feel heavier and heavier. The head feels relaxed, heavier and heavier. Your hips, they're dropping heavier, more and more relaxed. Your heels also feel very heavy and gently relaxed. Enjoying the stillness, the calm. Nothing to do in this moment but rest. While you rest, your body, your mind is receptive to positive messages. I'm going to read out some gentle, supportive affirmations and just let them wash over you. I am safe. I am secure. I am grounded. I am centered. I am strong. I am powerful. I take care of myself. I self-nurture. I trust my body. I am open to my healing. I am open to all possibilities of the universe. I take care of myself. I listen to my body. I am confident in all that I do. I am open to possibilities of healing. I trust my body's ability to heal. I am secure. I am safe. If one of those resonated with you, feel free to repeat it yourself a few times, letting it soak in. And I'm going to count to 5. With every increasing number, you'll feel a little more alert, a little bit more back in this space, carrying with you the sense of calmness that you're experiencing now. 1, 2, 3, wiggling your fingers and toes. 4, 5, taking a deep stretch. Gently, with your own time, just bending your knees and rocking over to the side to rest in a side position. So we take a couple of deep cleansing breaths, breathing in through the nose, releasing slowly out the mouth. One more. It's good. And gently push yourself up to center, up to seated. Taking your time. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish. Bring your hands together in prayer position. Bend our heads towards our heart, center of our wisdom. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.